Coach said is like you only get one chance to make your first impression, so make it a good one. So I wanted to go out there, do my thing, and they know. I mean, I know too. Like we're not gonna be perfect out there. Like we're learning just like everyone else, or I am. So just go out there, give great effort and do what I do.
What is going on, Chargers family? We are back with another film session, and today we're going to be talking about Ladd McConkey. And he's one of the guys that has really made a difference for this Chargers offense. And being a player that has shown to be one of the better route runners so far out of this rookie class, you've seen this all throughout his college career. So the better scouts, you have to go get these guys. But not only being a good route runner, he has the speed to be able to take the top off the defense. And running a 4.39 in this past combine, these are the things that coaches need to pay attention to. And so far this year, he has shown if he gets more opportunities, he can really showcase his talents. So it's good to come in here to break them down to see what this player has done so far this season. So on this play here, with a guy like Ladd McConkey, he is one of the guys that is a technician when it comes down to route running. He understands what defenders are trying to do, and it dates back to college. Can you be a player that can be slippery and find ways to be able to gain separation from these corners? And it's good because when you're playing that slot position, you're off the line of scrimmage, and these corners can't find a way to get their hands on you. And a lot of times with Ladd McConkey, he's out there playing chess while these defenders are playing checkers, forcing these cornerbacks to overthink. So the outside wide receiver, he's going to be running the slant as well. But seeing the snappiness from Ladd, separating from that corner, and Herbert seeing it and hitting him, it was fireworks. So activating the system. So zooming in on Ladd McConkey, these guys are getting off the ball and he slams his foot on the ground. When it comes down to that wide receiver position, every movement matters. And seeing that plant foot and being able to gain separation, it completely caught the defender off guard. And it was a great read by Justin Herbert because what's going to bring out a better Herbert is if guys can be able to run precise routes. And you see that he is completely torching the defense, running that 4.39. You can see his speed right there. If you can be able to give this player an opportunity, he has the ability to be able to turn up. And it's the little things when it comes down to that wide receiver position. It's not always about being the fastest guy, but do you have a good understanding of the offense? Can you run good routes? Can you catch the ball? And with Ladd, ever since Georgia, he has always shown this on top of having a high IQ. So when you see these type of reps like this, if they continue to keep dialing up these hard slants in their playbook, this offense will see positive results. So this ended up being a great play by Ladd McConkey. With these scouts in the NFL, sometimes they can get it wrong because I've heard a lot of people talking about his speed, his route running ability, but they had questions about him being able to catch 50-50 balls. And there have been a plethora of reps that he has scored touchdowns on where these catches were contested, going out there and making impact plays. So if you're a quarterback and you know a player can be able to run good routes, on top of being able to catch 50-50 balls, they will trust you that much more. So at the snap of the ball, he's going to hesitate on this route, forcing that cornerback to overthink and end up running the fade. It was a short throw on this play, but sometimes it's not going to be perfect. Are you going to be a wide receiver that can still catch the ball anyway? And with Ladd McConkey, he did exactly that. So we'll go ahead and split it. So locking on this play here, you see that he's hesitating. And I love to see the little things when it comes down to these film sessions and he takes off. And the thing is, that cornerback was going up against him stride for stride, but it's good to see Ladd McConkey tracking down the ball and making a contested catch. And some of these corners, they can be clumsy from time to time. You got to catch these guys off guard. A lot of these cornerbacks, they end up misreading plays. Seeing Ladd giving number 32 a move and putting them in a blender. The thing is, you got to be able to separate from these guys. Being one of those speedy wide receivers, not only that, the cornerback that he actually caught the ball on, he sped up and still ended up missing the tackle. So this player literally showed a lot on this play. Patience, having the ability to be able to catch the ball, a contested catch, juke moves, balance. These are the things you want when it comes down to this wide receiver position. And it's hard for these cornerbacks to be able to go up against these guys that's slippery like this because when you can be able to move well and do the little things, this is what keeps these defensive coordinators up at night. And it won't be perfect when it comes down to this player. He is a rookie. He will make mistakes. But when you do dissect these dynamic plays like this, I'm sure that he can do this on a consistent basis. And it's not easy coming in being a rookie and being a top wide receiver for your team. Coming from college and making a big transition to the NFL, it is definitely a big deal. But this is why I say with these scouts, you got to pay attention to this. Playing with Georgia, we all know that that is a big time football program, and that program breeds toughness over there. But when you have coaches like Harbaugh, he has a past experience with a lot of these impact players, so it's not surprising that he got him one in his player. Here's another play that I really like from Ladd, catching another 50-50 contested catch and showing awareness of spacing and the ability to score in the end zone. It's good to see this because it stresses out the defense. It's only going to make for a better run game and an entire offense, bringing out the best in Justin Herbert. So we'll go ahead and run it. So running this play here, he's running that fade type of route. He's such a sneaky player. That's what you want when it comes down to this wide receiver position. But cutting up the field, you see that number 0, he was playing some good defense trying to box him out. Justin Herbert rolls out to the left side, throws the ball to Ladd, and he makes that contested catch. And it's awesome to be able to see this from this wide receiver this early on. Not only being able to be a route technician, but this is a player that has 4 touchdowns so far this season. You see that he's flexing over there in the end zone. This is how the whole offense can be able to get fired up. Not only them, the defense, as well as special teams. And I've always said this, sometimes all it takes is just one impact player to get in there and it can change everything. On top of having guys like J.K. Dobbins too, because he has been doing very well. But usually when you're looking at wide receivers in the NFL, some guys might be speedy players, they can run good routes, but it seems like with this type of player, he has it all in him. And it's not easy to be able to find talents like this. That's why I say that this guy can be one of the top players in this league in due time. But the main thing is going out there, continue to be a sponge and keep grinding. And if he can be able to do that, the sky is the limit for said player. In many of my film sessions, I often discuss corners playing in off coverage and getting beat by players who run precise routes. Frequently, corners lack the awareness or quick breaking ability to defend against incoming routes. Marshawn Lattimore is a good corner, but giving players like Ladd too much cushion to run a crisp dig route is risky. These basic routes are what keeps the playbook wide open. So we'll go ahead and spin it. So zooming in on Ladd McConkey, he's getting off the ball. You see Lattimore, he got so much space in between them, and he digs his foot on the ground. He is very sudden when it comes down to route running ability, finding a way to be able to catch the ball and get a few more yards. And one thing I've seen with this player, when he catches those slants, those digs, as well as hitches, any of those basic routes in a route tree, this is what gets him going. So he's one of those players that with this offense, you got to get this guy involved early in the game. Because I honestly believe that there is nothing that this player can't do on the field. On top of being able to move this guy in motion. Because these offenses, they like to keep their wide receiver on the move to be able to dissect man coverage as well as zone coverage. So we might end up seeing more of that from him as well. But this was another good play here, having an understanding of spatial awareness, catching the ball, and getting a first down. These are the reps here that matters, Chargers Nation. So on this final play here, it's going to be another touchdown by Ladd McConkey. He's going to sneak to the back of the end zone and score a touchdown. The tight end's going to be motioning to the left, and he's going to run a quick out route, with the wide receiver running a corner route to the end zone. But seeing a guy like Ladd who can be able to catch the ball if it's anywhere in his radius, it was definitely exciting to see from the young player. So we're going to run it. So locking in on Ladd McConkey, the center snaps the ball, and you can see the movements. You can tell that he's chopping from the very beginning, gets to the top of the route, and he's chopping again. It's just so good to see the spatial awareness from this player. Justin Herbert throws the ball in the inside, and he finds a way to position himself and score the touchdown. It seems like every single play that this player is making is not just one skill set that I'm seeing. There are veteran wide receivers in the NFL now that's not even making plays like this. They can be able to position themselves well to make a big time catch like this, but can they be able to get 2 feet down? And that's exactly what this wide receiver did on this play. And usually with me, when I do film sessions, I show good plays and I show bad plays. I try not to gas any of these guys up. I want to show you guys the truth. But when you see a player like Ladd McConkey that's consistently doing this, these plays here got to be shown close up because this guy has really made a difference so far this season. And this has definitely been a great start for him. But it's going to be exciting to see how this player continues to grow. But when you have a wide receiver that can be able to run every route in the route tree, he's a speedy type of player. He's a leader on and off the field, and he's came from a good pedigree. These are the players that you got to go get. There will be things that he's going to have to continue to work on, but he has shown that he has the ability to be the number number one wide receiver on his team. So guys like Justin Herbert's going to have to get him involved early on. But shout out to Harbaugh and the front office for being able to bring in a dog like him, because he's going to be a guy that we're going to be talking about for years to come. So comment below and let me know what you guys think about Ladd McConkey. And do y'all think that he's destined to turn up even more? So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you don't hit it, you'll miss out on fire updates and the best football film sessions on YouTube. All right, Chargers family. Talk to y'all soon.